Because at Goodwill, every item you buy funds local job training and more. So bring home those donut earrings and bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Tune in for Philosophy Talk, the program that questions everything.
Accept your intelligence.
Coming up, your brain on literature.
Cognitive science has revolutionized our understanding of the brain.
But what has that got to do with novels, poems, and movies?
Well, it could help writers design better works of art.
Are you suggesting an fMRI might inspire the next great American novel?
Your brain on literature, next time on Philosophy Talk.
Listen to Philosophy Talk today at noon on KSJE 90.9 FM, Farmington. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, here to meet your urgent and emergent medical needs, whether they are COVID-19 related or not. Medical emergencies happen when you least expect them, whether it's a stroke, heart attack, illness, or injury. San Juan Regional Medical Center's caregivers are here to provide care to you and your loved ones. Find out more online at sanjuanregional.com. Eleven minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Tuesday morning, July 13th, 2021. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin, and thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM, over the air here, of course, in San Juan County, New Mexico. 103.3 FM over the air in Durango, Colorado, and streaming everywhere on Earth, including your smart speaker at ksje.com. Welcome also to our viewers who are watching this visual radio program. The video is streaming live this morning to the KSJE Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our Twitter account. We're glad that you are with us this morning, everybody, because coming up in the next few moments, my guest today, Jamie Church, is here from the Farmington Chamber of Commerce, and she has brought some special guests with her, return visitors to KSJE, some of the founders and employees of Zia Drone Operations here in Farmington. So we'll be talking more about that new business and much, much more coming up in the next few moments right here on KSJE. Then, of course, later on in the hour, we'll be checking in with Amber Francisco over at the Farmington Regional Animal Shelter. She'll be showing us some of the pets available for adoption this week, including the cat you see on the screen right now. That's Momo, who is looking for her forever home. So join us for that later on this hour on KSJE. Mick Hess will be here later, of course, roving with the arts. He's doing more Hope, Not Hate segments today. These are composers who were imprisoned during World War II. He's playing some of their rare musical recordings on the program today. And, of course, we invite you to connect with our Instagram page in addition to following us on Twitter, subscribing to us on YouTube, and liking us on Facebook. And let's talk about the weather, shall we? Looks like some cooler temperatures on the way over the next few days. Outside right now, 70 degrees with partly cloudy skies in Farmington at the moment. We're expecting an increasing sunny day today with a high of 93 and a low of 67. Maybe a scattered shower or thunderstorm could happen this afternoon. Cooler tomorrow with a high of only 83 degrees, another chance of a shower or thunderstorm. 87 on Thursday, 89 on Friday, back into the low 90s for Saturday and Sunday, but still that chance of rain, which we all agree we like in the forecast because we definitely need the rain. Well, let me introduce my guest who is here with us back again, of course, for her regular visit with me, Jamie Church from the Farmington Chamber of Commerce. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Your bright colors.
Thank
nice
you.
to have you here, brightening
bright.
our studio.
Actually, it's funny. On your screen, it looks red, and it's really fuchsia. But
It
anyway,
is.
yes, I'm
I
very
know.
bright
Our colors
today.
are a little off.
That's okay.
But that's
fine.
all right. You know.
I just want your audience to know. I know this is actually fuchsia.
It
Fuchsia.
is. That's true. But good to have you here. There's a
Thank
lot of
you.
stuff going on with the Chamber
Yes.
that we want to talk about before
Oh,
we
my
introduce our
goodness.
other guests who
Yes.
are here with us as well. But
That's right.
you've got a busy week.
We do. Everything has started back up again, and not only did it start back up, it's just everything is well attended. This week alone, we have 3 ribbon cuttings and a business after hours and a social for the Four Corners professionals. So I'm just going to run it through real fast. So we're very excited. Tomorrow we do the ribbon cutting for Ice Age frozen yogurt. And the reason I'm so excited for them is we scheduled that ribbon cutting 3 different times during COVID and had to cancel 3 different times because we'd schedule it and we'd go into another lockdown, or we'd schedule it and then there were restrictions. So finally, after a year, we are doing their ribbon cutting tomorrow at 4. And then we have a ribbon cutting for the new branch for Four Corners Community Bank. They just opened and finished their new branch on 20th.
Right.
So we'll be doing a ribbon cutting there, and then also a ribbon cutting with Harvest Food Hub, which of course is connected with San Juan College. So that will be downtown on Friday. And
That's
then
their new retail store,
their
right?
New retail
on
store.
East, no, pardon me, West Animas. I
yeah.
keep saying the
West
wrong
Animas.
direction, but it's West Animas.
Right.
Yep.
We follow that right up. I mean, that ribbon cutting's at 5:30. We follow that right up with a Four Corners professional social at the Three Rivers Brewstillery downtown, and then the art walk. So that is also Friday. So that is a very busy day.
Right.
And then we also this week have a business after hours, and that's on Thursday at Anytime Fitness, the one on the east side of town behind Outback, and that's from 5 to 7. And anybody who's interested in a business after hours or a chamber member or doing some networking is invited to that. It's $5 at the door, but $1 of that goes in for our drawing for the money at the end of the evening. And they've got some fun stuff they've got planned. They're going to have some drinks, wine, beer, snacks, and that will be at Anytime Fitness on Thursday. So that's just 1 week.
Right.
And
not even a whole week.
not
It's
even a whole
already
week.
Tuesday.
And I'm
You're
going
filled
to
it
Mamma
up.
Mia on Saturday.
Hey,
so I was looking at the
there you
weather. I can't
go.
tell what it's doing on Saturday, but it better not rain
Let's
while
hopefully
I'm at
it won't.
Mamma Mia.
Maybe before or after.
I know, before,
is
after
okay.
is fine.
Yeah.
So anyway, very...
Sounds and I've heard Mamma Mia is a great show. I've got tickets
I've
to
heard
go
it is.
later this
I've
month
heard it
too.
is too, so.
Looking forward to it. So
Yes.
that should be great.
So I wanted to invite these guests on because I think sometimes people think for the chamber it's all just like our business, our members are like banks or insurance agencies or
Radio
which we
stations,
love, radio
radio
stations,
stations.
and we love all of our members.
Yeah.
But we have some really unique members too. So they're here today, and that's the Zia Drone Operations or
Right.
operators, and they were on your show before. I know when they won Hawk Tank.
Yes.
Which, as a Fort Lewis alum,
Right.
I just think it was so great that we had a team, the first team ever, right, from San Juan College,
That's right, the first
that
time we-
entered, and they won Hawk Tank.
The
which
whole
is-
shebang.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're doing a lot more regional collaboration with SCAPE, which is the Southwest Colorado Accelerator Program, Hawk Tank, a lot more regional conversation and business development. So it's just really neat to see these guys win the competition. But again, it just shows this regional partnerships that are happening, and I think it's really great. So they joined the chamber, and I just thought, let's have you guys on the radio with me.
There you go. And here they are.
And here they are.
Mark Knight, Josh Bishop. Good morning. Good to have all of you guys back with me here at KSJE. Welcome back.
Thanks for having us, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
You bet, you bet. And before we get into it, maybe I want to just play the little video, maybe so that our viewers can understand what Zia Drone Operations is all about, because maybe folks haven't heard of you before, and if they have, that's great, but if they haven't, here's a little bit of an idea of what Zia Drone Operations is all about, everybody.
I am Wes Bond, owner and founder.
I am Mark Knight, photography manager.
And I'm Josh Bishop, media manager.
We are Zia Drones Operations.
Our focus is to bring new life into our community with high-quality aerial services and a focus on exceptional customer service. We value our community and look to create productive business partnerships to serve our clients with innovation and state-of-the-art drone technologies. Zia Drone Operations looks to create a new standard for drone services in our community by providing real estate, agricultural data and mapping, inspections, and special event aerial footage. Our team of certified Part 107 remote pilots was established from San Juan College Small Unmanned Aerial Systems. We started out as the first 3 students in the program, and together we have embarked on an exciting business opportunity.
And there it is, and here they are, Zia Drone Operations, back in our studio again with us and Jamie Church from the Farmington Chamber of Commerce. So again, there's one of your employees who's not here this morning. That's Wes.
Right,
So
yeah.
we just want to make sure we give a shout out to Wes, who's not here. But again, congratulations to you guys. And so this is a really new field. This is a new business. This is all, I mean, a lot of folks are like, what? There's drones are good for business? Or, I mean, I think a lot of folks are maybe really interested in what you guys are doing and the growth potential in this business, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, really, people think of drones as just photography machines, but with all the software and everything we have now, we can actually do 3D model maps.
We saw that in that video, right?
Yep,
I mean,
that's what is Angel Peak.
Yeah.
And
that is useful for what? Help me understand what you could use that for.
If you're looking at your property, you can look at drainage on your property because it gives you elevations, and also for surveying as well.
Right. If you had your irrigation lines need to be remapped, or you wanted to find
Gotcha.
out where you may be losing water,
And you can do it a lot faster maybe than the old-fashioned way of doing this. Is that kind of the idea too?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, you can cover a lot more ground from the air than you can on the ground.
Yeah, I would think so. Very cool. And some of the other things we saw, like agricultural mapping and things like that. Tell me about that.
Agricultural mapping is it's huge, just because, you know, for farmers to actually go out there and look at their crops, it takes them hours, which for us could take minutes. Just because we can fly a large parcel of land and basically give them all the information they're looking for in a quarter of the time.
Right. Help them find like some trouble areas. Maybe you have like a bug infestation or some sort of like areas maybe not getting enough water. We can actually fly out to that area, kind of survey the area, and kind of report back to the farmer and let them know, you know, you might have a small problem in this area, and usually you can go out by hand and then kind of figure out what's going on at that point, and then maybe you know, apply more treatment there in that one specific area.
But not treat my whole 1,000 acres.
Exactly, correct.
Yeah, got it. Interesting. Jamie?
Well,
this is fascinating.
Wes was on the radio with me a couple weeks ago, and we talked about the actually drones being used. We're talking about crops, almost like crop dusting, but not having to get a plane with all that. So would it be a smaller capability, or maybe not? Because some of these drones can get pretty big and can also carry fairly large loads depending on the size of the drone. And I think when I first met you guys, I was just thinking the little photography drone, and I was like, they're going to make a whole business out of this? Okay. But now I'm seeing all the implications. And that was just one that he brought up, was using it for kind of crop dusting.
Right, they do have the sprayers, right. I think usually they carry a couple of gallons, if not
it's
like
actually the one we're looking at. It's about 15 grand, and it carries 5 gallons.
Okay,
and
okay.
Honestly, when you have to change out batteries, you're always on point. You're never going to run out of your chemical or lose power with your battery, because you're always rotating as you go through.
Okay.
And one thing we're really excited about is we got our thermal drone coming in tomorrow. We are really looking to hit the inspection side, especially for oil and gas, contractors and heating and cooling. You can actually tell where you're losing heat in some buildings.
Interesting. And that would be, then you can use this for oil and gas, you mentioned. And so what are you looking for the pipelines, or just the facilities?
Mainly the pipelines.
The
this first one isn't going to be able to detect gas, but it would be able to detect temperature changes, which, as we all know, gas is traveling cooler than the temperature outside, so we would be able to detect right now. But the one we want, it's about 10 grand. It's a great camera, and you can actually see the loss and actually tell which gas it is that is leaking from the pipelines.
Yeah. One of the big applications we also with oil and gas in that area is we can actually monitor the water levels on a lot of tanks. So if you know your tank is kind of running low and they need to kind of refill, we can definitely spot those changes in temperature variations.
Gotcha. Interesting. And so you guys are talking to maybe other companies then to just have contracts with them and to do work for them and take over some of these tasks that they maybe have been doing, or doling out to other third-party on-the-ground companies?
That's potentially what we want to do, because we can get it done a lot faster and a lot cheaper than, you know, having your boots-on-the-ground people trying to get to every site.
Gotcha. That's amazing to me. And they're based right here.
I know. That's what's so cool. And then so when I found out that, you know, I'd kind of heard about them, and I said, come on in, let's meet. I'd like to talk to you about the chamber and what the chamber can do. And again, we are excited to use them and refer them for events. And I think that's a big part of what people still think of drones for. So, for example, we're getting ready for Chile in October, and we weren't able to have it in 2020. So we're excited that we're going to be doing it this year, and I always say it's going to be bigger and better than ever. But one thing I would like to have these guys come and do some aerial footage. We don't have any aerial footage of the Chile in October event, and what a great marketing tool. But it's also just so people can meet them, and they'll have a booth there and be doing the drone stuff. And so I think that what the chamber does best is we connect people and businesses to their potential customers, or we connect businesses and chamber members to other people that they need to be connected with. So I think that's one of the things that we do really, really well, and it's one of our strong suits. So it was just fun to get to meet these guys, kind of know what's going on. And again, they won Hawk Tank, so that made me really happy. I think it was just so cool that this team from coming out of San Juan College, going in and competing for the first time a team from San Juan College had competed in Hawk Tank and winning it. And you guys won like $10,000, right? Which was, but more than the money, it was just also didn't you get some other things like business?
It definitely helped us with getting our business set up. I mean, it's been a process, but we are finally at a point where we are invoicing and being able to automate our technology and business so we can help our customers make everything a little bit easier for them.
Right. Because you said that drones make things faster, and we all know in business time is money.
Oh, yeah.
And so the more time you take on something, it just costs you more. So I think using these new technologies, and I'm not a tech person at all. In fact, somebody asked me today what the Wi-Fi password was for the chamber. I was like, I don't know. I'm looking through my phone going, I don't remember. I am not a tech person. But I understand technology, it does make our lives simpler. And I was thinking about drones in terms of like search and rescue. I was thinking about how if you had a large area to cover, or even a smaller area, but it's remote or hard to get to, and maybe a helicopter can't even get in, you can probably get a drone in, right? And take that footage.
Oh yeah, even a lot closer. If you're doing search and rescue, with that thermal emission, you can fly right above the tree lines, so you're a lot closer than an actual helicopter would be.
Okay.
And that's a great point, right? If you've got thermal cameras on that drone, and there's a kid or somebody under a tree or under a bush, you could maybe detect that person. Maybe you can't see them, but the thermal could see them, right?
Yes.
Well, and it decrease the time in your search too, because you can cover large areas in a lot quicker time.
Definitely. But as Jamie was saying, you guys also work on just other more maybe run-of-the-mill type events as well, right? You've shot weddings, you shoot Chile in October, and aerial footage of that, and any other event that anyone needs aerial footage of, they can call you.
Oh, absolutely. And, we use our other talents as well. I mean, we're all drone pilots. I have a history with photography. I've done the World Ice Art Championships in Fairbanks. And, this guy right here, he is the media ninja.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Josh
I'm
Bishop?
sure. Yes.
I
mean, what he puts together is absolutely amazing. The last wedding video he did was gorgeous. And I'm impressed with his work. So we use all our abilities and we want to help everyone any way we can.
Right. But that's another just area that you guys are working with, which I think is another great part of the business plan, which was part of the Hawk Tank competition. I know that when you entered and you got a lot of business advice and help and things along that line to set up your business. All of the entries did, but I think that was one of the big things about Hawk Tank was it kind of got you guys set up hopefully for great success now that you've won the competition and have some money to put into your business.
Well, the resources that we were able to get to just joining the competition, we had no idea that we had so many resources here at the college until we entered this competition.
And that's good news for other businesses too, I think, right?
We talk about that a lot, and that's a really good point, is that now, the Chamber's moved to the Quality Center for Business, but there are so many resources, as you mentioned. There's the SBDC, and there's West, and there's the whole
Small Business
Enterprise
Development Center.
Let me just acronyms.
say some of the acronyms.
I always tell people, don't use acronyms.
That's okay.
And then I did it. Small Business Development Center with Carmen Martinez. She does a great job. West, which is
it's Women's Entrepreneur something.
Yes, but West, and
yes.
they do women's entrepreneur and startups,
Pardon
but they're
me for
doing a
not
lot.
knowing
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
West, I always get confused on it. There's also, of course, the makerspace is located in there as well. So if you're working on something like a prototype and you need a 3D printer, 3D modeling, or sewing machines for leather, I mean, they have so many tools in there, and a lot of people don't know it's there. And so I think you guys are exactly right, that by entering the competition, you saw all the resources, and now you can kind of let other people know, other entrepreneurs and startups. So
Yes, take advantage. I mean, they're here to help, and I am impressed of all the help we got when we were putting our business plan together.
Yeah.
I don't think I can't thank Carmen enough. All the suggestions and everything she made to help us kind of get ready for that competition.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and why, as a new business or a startup or an entrepreneur, why go out and try to learn all that stuff yourself? Go to the people that's what they do, and they're there, and it's either low cost or sometimes free, and they can help connect you not only or help you with your business plan, but also maybe even funding sources. So, use the resources that are here, and that's one of the reasons we did a 4-month virtual series called From Unemployed to Entrepreneur, and every month we had those people on the Zoom. The virtual series was to help entrepreneurs understand they have so much right here at San Juan College and the Quality Center for Business that's here to help them, and they don't need to go out and find this from some other place. It's right here and very accessible. So that's just a great message to keep letting people know about.
And free in many cases.
For
a lot of folks. So I think that's important as well. And so what's next for Zia Drone Operations? I mean, this is a growth area, and so are you just kind of waiting at the whim of technology as things get better, faster, drones get bigger, more capabilities? You mentioned some of these other drones that are a bit more expensive but have more capabilities and maybe a little larger footprint than what you're using today.
Well, right now, we've been waiting to get our thermal drone in. We have to do a little R&D with our software so we can actually be able to give a finished product to our customers. So
that's the next thing.
Yep, we're probably going to spend the next week just doing that. Then we got a couple people lined out. Tegray is a little environmental company out of Durango, and we've been talked up over there just by someone at the San Juan College, one of our old classmates. So there's one of our potentials, and we kind of want to get in with Enterprise because with the new legislation, they have to have all their pipelines inspected every year. So, that's a recurring job every year. So we're trying to get to that point where we can actually give them the product they need.
Gotcha. Josh, anything else that you're looking at?
Well, we have a couple events coming up. I think we'll be at the library on the 22nd.
The libraries, we talked about that on this program last week, as a matter of fact, the drone obstacle course that they're doing at the library next week.
Correct, yeah. So we'll be out there just kind of, observing, visual observers, kind of so that way all the kids out there, everyone's flying safe, so we're abiding by all FAA guidelines out there. So it should be pretty fun. Definitely, I would recommend anybody that's interested to go check it out because, drones are great. They're really fun to fly, and they have so many so many things that they can do.
And as a career path, I mean, if there's parents that are watching us, listening to us this morning, or even younger folks who maybe have a drone that they got for Christmas or a birthday, and they're flying it around as a hobby, but you guys are making this into a career. And San Juan College, by the way, has made this into a career. There's a certificate program here that's being offered. You guys are the first graduates, as we heard. What would your advice be for folks who maybe see it just as a hobby or as something fun to do on the weekends?
Yeah, definitely. I think honestly, if you're really passionate about drones, definitely look into the opportunities here at the college because it's such a great program here. I don't think I would be as successful as I am without it because it's a really great opportunity to kind of get on board with since it's kind of a growing technology.
Gave you a lot of insights to get going.
Definitely, it opened up a lot of opportunities. I didn't realize everything you could do with drones until I actually sat through these classes here at the college. I mean, really, the biggest part of the whole thing is the software and the process time to get all our finished products out. Flying is a very meager portion.
Good point.
Very meager portion, but there's so much more behind it. I mean, the running joke with me and my kids is your dad plays with toys for a living.
Do you have to file a flight plan every time you take the drone out?
No, there are certain instances where it will happen. If we're in a TFRs or restricted airspaces, we can get approval. Right. Otherwise, we follow all FAA regulations, which
Other than just like your basic like inspections of like writing down before you launch and making sure the props are on and there's no damage to it from previous flights or anything like that.
It's the same thing all pilots go through.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for example, Chile in October, will you have to do anything up, to get ready for that to fly the drone? Like put in a permit or something like that?
We'll definitely, get a LANC authorization.
Okay.
Just so that we've communicated with the towers and making sure that they know that we're going to be in the area. So any planes circling in the area, we're not interfering with the traffic at all. And we'll do a pre-flight check, make sure the drone's good to go, make sure it can actually lift off the ground. And
have you ever seen a UFO on drone footage?
Not yet.
On theirs? Or any?
Like drones. Like, how high can a drone fly?
Our max is 400, but it depends on what airspace we're in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it's 400 between from the highest object to where we're flying.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as like the signal transfers, it might go a lot higher than that. So you can get quite a ways up.
Oh,
well, Angel Peak is a good example. They're down at the base of that peak, and they flew 900
feet. Yeah. Above,
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Above the ground. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. But the restrictions that you're talking about, I mean, if you're near the airport or near one of those approaches or departure alleys from the airport, that's where you do need to notify folks of what you're planning to do.
Absolutely, yeah. You definitely don't want to be flying as like oncoming, air traffic is trying to land. That's not, anything you want to be in a situation in. But typically, a lot of the areas in our, here in Farmington, they have different shelf levels. So, if you're a couple out here at the college, I think we have 300 feet is our shelf, and then as you kind of get closer into the airport, it starts to drop below, all the way to about 0.
Gotcha. And think for, again, the hobby drones, the folks who will go out on the weekends just to fly them, I mean, they may not be aware of some of these restrictions if they're not fully licensed or, kind of up on some of these new rules. And some rules are being developed even as we go. I think the technology has kind of beaten some of the legislation and of where you can fly a drone safely or things like that in many communities.
Well, the FAA is way behind on the Part 107, and they're doing their best to catch up. And the hobbyists have a lot more restrictions than they used to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think they just implemented one that we just finished our trust certificate, which the FAA has put out for all hobbyists. So you kind of go onto their website, fill out the trust form is what they're calling it, and then just kind of keeps you kind of safe and accountable for. So you kind of understand a little bit about what pilots go through to kind of figure out the areas for where it's okay to fly. Also, too, if you're in Farmington, I definitely recommend checking out the RC Air Park, which is just south of the airfield. Great place to kind of learn to fly. It's wide open space. You just call the tower, and you don't have to put any LANC requests in, but it's definitely a great spot to kind of go.
This is south of town over on off of 371. Is that what we're talking about?
Correct,
on your way kind of going before you get up on top of the Vista, right?
Right,
yeah. Got it. So,
cool.
See?
I didn't even know that was RC. You always learn something on this show.
There you go. That's right. That's true. Well, thanks for coming in this morning, you guys. It's great to see your success. Jamie, thank you for bringing them with you today.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
To visit another great local business who is a chamber member.
That's right. And a chamber member, again, that's kind of unusual. It's a great service they're offering. Now, I'm just excited about all the capability and the classes that you're teaching kids because, kids, like you said, it could be a hobby, but there's a lot of kids doing things with Legos and video games and drones that they love that. And if they can build it into a career and follow that career path, I think it keeps them engaged and wanting to study some of these STEM things we talk about all the time when they see, wow, these guys they made a business out of this. They won a contest. And I think it's just great for kids to see that. So,
very true. I agree. So it's great to have you guys here. Jamie, one more recap of the events you've got this weekend.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, Business After Hours. So that's the one I really want to talk about. Business After Hours, Thursday at 5 at Anytime Fitness. They have their Evolve body scanner, and they're going to be doing body scans for free, which it sounds amazing. You stand on it, put your hands on these things, and then it tells you all about your body weight and your body fat and your body hydration and all sorts of stuff. Great information. So they're doing that for free. They'll have some snacks, some drinks. We'll have giveaways, but it'll be great. So that's this Thursday at 5. Anytime Fitness, the one on the east side behind the Outback.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Very good.
All right.
And the Art Walk is Friday?
Art Walk Friday. We have the Four
Excited
Corners
about that.
Professional Social. Again, Four Corners Professionals is for anybody who's wanting to do some networking, connecting with other area professionals, exchange business cards, hopefully get some new clients, customers. And so that is Friday at 6 at the Brew Distillery, which is part of the Three Rivers block downtown, and then stay and walk around for the art walk. So we're just trying to get it all downtown on Friday.
And there you go.
Yeah.
So you've done it. So
I know.
perfect.
Thanks.
Good to see you. Thank you for
Good to
coming
see you
in.
too.
Guys, again, congratulations. Always great to have you here, and much continued success to Zia Drone Operations. Always great to have you here. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Scott.
My guest this morning right here on KSJE. KSJE is supported by Sandstone Productions, bringing live theater back this summer. Saturday, August 7th at 8 p.m., Artrageous, the troupe of artists, dancers, and musicians, featuring the Artrageous Splatter Station, making one-of-a-kind wearable art. Find out more online at fmtn.org/shows. Artrageous, Saturday, August 7th.